right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most important aspects, I believe, in creating a world-class coaching business, and that is understanding your perfect client. Now, in the previous 2 training sessions, we've talked about, defining your path and how to fit in, which are very important components, but now we're getting to the meat and potatoes and really getting stuck into understanding our specific client, because this is really the baseline of running a successful world-class coaching or consulting or expert business. Really need to tune in and really understand this component of the training. Now, these are the exact steps to identifying the perfect client so you can stop wasting time on people that don't matter. All right, this is the exact process that we developed to get crystal clear on the perfect client and defining your perfect world-class coaching business to be able to earn $100,000 a month. We call this the Berry niche. We've already gone through 2 training sessions, right? There's 4 stages to really getting clear and understanding and being confident about your perfect $100,000 a month coaching niche. First of all, you define the path. Secondly, you work out how you're going to fit in. Thirdly, you define or get clear about your perfect client. And fourth, you're going to validate and get confident on that niche, ensuring that it's going to make you money and be something that you'll commit to, right? This is exactly how coaches, consultants, and experts confidently find and validate a profitable $100,000 a month coaching niche without the fear of wasting time or losing money. Let's get stuck in. Now, to build a coaching business successfully and to the scale of making $100,000 a month plus, there are 3 critical phases. These pillars are essential for building a good quality business. It starts with phase 1. You obviously need to build the foundations to be able to launch effectively, confidently creating a world-class platinum offer that you can sell for $5,000 to $25,000. In this first phase is really about building equity, creating the value in what you're going to deliver as a coach or consultant or as a coaching and consulting business. Phase 2 is about growth, growing your business exponentially. It's really about getting clear and confident about acquiring the perfect clients, right? This is how you easily dominate your niche, becoming omnipresent and crushing sales like clockwork. This is where it's at. And then phase 3 is all about scale. And when you're growing a business, when you're taking on more clients and you're going to exceed that threshold of a small business, then you're going to need to be in control. And growing or scaling a business can become very overwhelming very quickly, and you can lose control very quickly. If you have systems and processes in place to help you take it to that next level, it makes it so much easier. This is where we simply help you scale your business whilst elevating yourself to be in control and to achieve your destiny as a coach or consultant. So if we zoom out a little bit, this is our coach launch formula, broken down into the multiple layers. This is the exact system for coaches and consultants and experts who want to build a world-class business and never lose sight of their destiny. 3 layers: equity, acquisition, and control. Right now, we're at one of the starting points of this system where I'm teaching you exactly how you can build your own world-class coaching business. We started at the system that I call the Berry niche, and I explain this in detail. We've already covered 2 training programs so far. Today, we're diving into the perfect client. If you want to join us and really let us help you implement the processes and systems to build your own world-class coaching business, book a call. There's a link around this video. We'll be happy to help you take it to the next stage. So who are we? We've been coaching and consulting for over a decade now. We've made millions in this space. We're operating 2 7-figure, 8-figure businesses that are doing really well. We sell high-ticket, high-quality programs and help people get to that next level in their life. We have one coaching business that's in the real estate space, and we have another coaching business where we're helping coaches and consultants build a world-class coaching business. Now, if you want to get crystal clear on how you can build your own world-class coaching business, you want to follow all of the training that we deliver, I give all the information free of charge as to help you get really clear on how to build a business the right way. Subscribe to this channel. We'll be glad to help you on this journey, and we're delivering value every week to all the people that are watching these videos. Now, I've discussed this a few times. No niche. If you don't get clear about your niche, you're always going to be confused, frustrated, overwhelmed. This is where failure happens. This is where uncertainty happens. This is where you're losing money and wasting time. It's super, super important that you don't want to be that person that doesn't understand who their niche is. You want to be those people that are having success in coaching and consulting by understanding the niche. Knowing the niche is going to make them $100,000 a month, and having crystal clarity on that is super important. This is where you have success, confidence, growth, and stability in the business as you're growing and becoming more experienced in this space. Now, this is the exact same system we've been using to help our clients get very, very clear on the exact coaching niches that they can make a profit in. This is what's working right now. This is to help you eliminate wasting money, losing time, getting lost, and losing interest. It's a 4-phase program to getting crystal clear on your niche, defining your path, fitting in, getting that perfect client, and ultimately validating and making sure that you're confident about that niche going to make you a profit. A lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people don't get the depth of this and don't really get into getting clear about their niche. And so they struggle. A lot of people just don't seem to break through these 3 barriers when it comes to really getting crystal clear about your client, who they are, what they want, and clear about their journey. All right, so a lot of people struggle actually getting clear or defining their perfect client, and these are the reasons why. These are the main barriers that prevent people from moving forward when it comes to getting clear or crystal clear on your perfect client. And it's understanding who they even are, getting a real depth of understanding about the nuances of that person. It's not knowing exactly who you are specifically serving, what they want, the fears, the urgencies, the things that are going to drive them, the needle drivers of getting those people over the line, and not being very clear on what the journey looks like. These are super important parts that seem to create a barrier for coaches, consultants, and experts to really dive in and getting real clarity about their clients. Because without having this clarity, it really leaves you struggling. But when you get this right, having that perfect client that wants to spend money with you, that's prepared to go down this journey with you, and you find a whole lot of them wanting to do this, is a really awesome feeling. And it's like literally winning $1 million jackpot in the coaching space, because you now have this confidence, you know who you're serving, and you know how to find those people. It makes everything so much easier. And so here's the thing, what I see a lot of people doing in the space is trying to sell ideas or trying to sell programs, and also trying to sell making money. And as much as what that's important, it doesn't really motivate people. It doesn't really get people taking action with you and really, diving into this journey with you, because if you're just focused on the money component, or you're just focused on, selling programs, then ultimately the business is not going to achieve the results it wants for the long term. If you want to have a business that's going to last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it's very important to get this fundamentally right from the get-go, and that's to understand this. We're not selling programs. We're not selling how to make money. We are selling desire, right? The desire for people to become and feel satisfied about that journey of where they're going to self-actualize. Now, when people need something, they'll intrinsically do that thing themselves, as in they need to get water because they're thirsty. They need to get clothing because they're cold. People will typically do that stuff by themselves. And so they're not engaged and not motivated on that journey with you. Now, they start to get more motivated when there's benefits out of what you're doing, you're satisfying their wants. Now, wants aren't a huge driver intrinsically. A lot of people want stuff that they don't get, right? A lot of people want things, but they don't get to have those things as much as what they want them for whatever reason. But when there's a desire, when there's an emotional satisfaction, and there's this drive for them to become something better, or to be in a place where they want to be, to become who I am, that's a very powerful motivator. And this is where we as coaches come in to deliver the value, the true value. And this is where you make your most impact. When I got this, everything changed for me, because I was stuck on this notion, or this idea that we're just selling programs. We're trying to sell training and educating people on how to get X and Y. But really the true beauty of what we deliver as coaches is to provide this emotional satisfaction, to help people achieve their desires more than their wants. If you get this, it makes a huge difference. Now, we're going to dive into these workboards, and I'm going to clarify quite a bit of depth in what we do to really help our clients get crystal clear on their perfect clients. This is a workboard that we do with our clients to help really get that depth and clarity about who they're serving. And it's a very, very powerful context. Once you have these boards up, you can always come back to them. I can't tell you, I have my own and I use the exact same context. It's super powerful. You're adding, taking away, you're changing, it's evolving, it becomes better. It just provides so much clarity when you have it visually in front of you like this, and you're placing all of this stuff out that you can dive into. And when you're doing marketing, when you're doing any type of content, or when you're trying to get team members to be on the same page as you show them these boards, and it's just so much easier to build systems around, because everyone's clear on what you do and what type of copy to use, what type of steps we're taking. All these things create depth and value to driving a world-class coaching business. Now, ultimately, what I tell our clients is that as much as what you're looking for, this magic rose out there of what is a perfect niche, what we're really trying to do is really identify the types of people that we want to help or we want to serve. When we do that, it makes life so much better, because the clarity in that and the connection is so much better. When you're connecting with people, you know who you're serving and you've committed to these people and you identify with them, it helps you stick with this through all the thick and thin, which you face in business intrinsically. So I like to have this depth, and I'm going to go through the process that we use to get real crystal clear about this, right? So ultimately, I want to help, and this is obviously a picture of me, and if I was your perfect client, this is how you would lay it out, right? Is I want to help a specific person, and you give them a name. You name them because it just helps you paint a picture in your mind. And now you can have multiple of these boards in our businesses, and across all of our businesses, we have various different clients, perfect clients or avatars, if you would, that fit different categories or criteria. For instance, in our real estate coaching business, we have a whole lot of people coming down our pipeline, people we don't serve and people we do serve, and people that we do serve fit into 3 separate buckets. And so getting clear on those separate buckets took a while to do. As a matter of fact, it took nearly a year to get that clarity. But once we did that and we defined that, it made the whole process so much easier, because when people come down the funnel or down our pipeline, we know where to bucket them and we know what messages we're sending them, and it just makes so much more sense. So we have clients that come and do coaching. We have clients that come and want to do services, where we have a renovation company and we provide renovation services. And we have another company where we have partnerships and we deliver construction services to build brand new real estate. This is a model that's worked really well, but this was the starting point to understanding each of those different avatars or perfect clients that we work with in each of those categories. And we go into depth in all of these, because we've found that if these people have fit certain criteria, they're really good clients. And it's quite interesting is that there's these circles of, where there's similarities that align, and those clients are just, they're just going to be a good client. Some of those similarities are, it might be occupation, could be income, whatever it is. There's those things that'll come up and you'll see over and over again. These types of people are really good for our business. We want to fixate on them and drive more of those into our business. And here we are, right? So I want to help X who has, and these are the things they are or have. And for instance, occupation, income, marriage status, children, pets, investments. Investments for us is a big deal. Income is a big deal. The types of belongings they have, savings and equity in our real estate business. We need to know how much savings and equity they have. If they don't have a certain amount, we can't really help them. Are they homeowners? All this type of stuff really adds to the context of who we're serving. This is where you're starting to look at the struggles that people are facing and the reasons why they're doing certain things. Getting clear on this really helps with your sales messages. Emergencies, pressures people are facing, the failures that they've had in their businesses or in their real estate or in their investments or in their lives, burdens that they're dealing with. If you can get clear about these and you understand how to speak to your prospects in this way, it really helps to get those conversions right up in your sales process. Their wants, their hopes, their goals, the benefits they're looking for, their aspirations, the achievements they want to get to. These are really brilliant contexts. And when you're brainstorming all of this stuff, this isn't set in stone. And this is why I use boards, because I can go around and change stuff and add to it and make it better and better and better every year. It always improves. We get rid of stuff, we add stuff, we really nuance and fine-tune boards. What they're moving away from, their pain, their fear, their worries, their anxieties, these are very powerful structures for copy. I like to get depth of people's traits, their values, their principles, their emotions, their beliefs. Not so easy to do, but if you have a lot of clients coming around and you can start to really gauge the types of people that there are. Investors, for instance, coaches, all have very kind of specifically nuanced traits. And it's very interesting if you can really get your head around these traits. What they're motivated by is very important for me. I feel that if you get this motivation of people, right, their performance, are they motivated by performance, like a pat on the back? How well they're doing, how fast they're growing. Like, are these the things that are driving them? The status. Status is a huge motivator. Greed. Some people are driven by greed. Who are they? I don't like to have greed as a drive or motivation in copy, but sometimes it can be helpful. Family. Family is a big motivator, right? Love, acceptance. These are huge motivators. And if you can get clear about those around your clients, it's really going to help you, get really solid copy, get really good conversions, get really a deep understanding on who your client is. Now, ultimately, you as the coach, taking people on a journey, a transformation, and the ultimate place for people is to have, to want, and to be. To have these things in their life, to want, to feel a certain way, and to become, right, a certain person or a way. These are the very powerful drivers or ultimate drivers of your business. And I go through a session with our clients where I get really crystal clear on this, because it really defines that journey that you're going to take them on and helps you get clear about the outcome. And you want to have as many of these as you can. Ultimately, you're going to drill them down and only have one or two or three really important context. Sometimes if you're breaking your programs up into pieces, you can use different ones of these for different parts of your business. We spread these out across our business when we're doing micro training, etc. So getting clear about this is going to help you really hone in that end place that you're taking people to and really get clear about what that looks like for them as clients. And doing this is really good, because we're going to take all this information later and we're going to put it into context so that you can use this stuff more effectively. This is just really a brainstorming process that we're doing to get clear on all the pieces of the puzzle. The next thing, which I think is super important, is getting a rejection list, right? People that you don't want to work with and why you don't want to work with them, and the pieces of their, for example, right, in our real estate business, our coaching business, there are certain demographics and aspects that we will not work with. And being clear about those has been a real big game changer. Now, when I first started in coaching, I would spend a lot of time speaking to people, helping them. They would come onto sales calls and I would spend an hour with them and they would ask me a whole lot of questions and I would just be feeding with them information, and then I would find them not taking action. It was really time wasting and debilitating and deflating. It was really driving me nuts. So I'm just, a helpful type of person. So I had to really put my foot down, literally, and really say, well, who am I very clear about working with and who am I not going to work with? And when I did this, everything changed, because now it made life so much easier, not just for me, but for all of the sales team, for all of our team, literally, to have that clarity of who we're saying no to. And saying no nicely, obviously, is the best way. Taking a look at the demographics, the professional status, or the types of people that we didn't want to work with, the experience levels that we did and didn't want to work with is super important. Their beliefs, their mindset, their worries. It's very interesting that when you do a lot of sales calls, and you might notice this, is that you start picking up on similarities. People have this certain questions, or they have these certain things that they say, or this belief system or structure or mindset, and you're like straight away can pick up this person's not going to be a good fit for you. They're going to either drive you nuts or they're just not going to take action. When you've done a lot of sales calls, you get this, and these mindset worries things that come up and you're like, that's a red flag, and you put that on your list. We have quite a few of these, but now you could go through all of these and be clear about who you don't want to work with, but there's always a gray area, and that's okay, because sometimes you might decide that, okay, we'll put this person here because we want to help them and see how this pans out. They seem to be nearly there, but then ultimately there is what I call a critical list, right? You have to have your critical list to say, these are the people absolutely I will not work with if they have these or don't have these. And if these things come up, that's it. Boom. We politely lead them down another path, and that's it. But having this has been a real big game changer. Must-haves, they must have a certain amount of money, or they must have a certain attitude, or they must have a certain thing, or they must have filled out a certain form, or they must not do this and that. When you're clear about those things, it just makes your whole sales process, your whole confidence level in what you're doing so much better. Now, it does turn away quite a few people, and you've got to balance it out with a bit of being smart. But when you do feel that, you'll notice that when you're turning people away, it just feels so much better. And that's where you want to be. You want to be in a business that operates like that. Now, it's not always easy in the beginning, but when you start getting more and more clients down the pathway, and it starts getting overwhelming, and you got people asking you all these questions that you just don't want to really dive into, because you're helping them with the transformation. If they want to do business with you, happy to help you. These are all the results we're getting and doing. I can give you this X. This is how much it costs, right? You want to help them. People want to suck you dry of information. You don't want to be in that position, because it can be super overwhelming and super deflating to be in that place. Trust me, it's not a good place. And then ultimately, you want to then go down that path of finding out where they're going to hang out, right? This is something that we do as a very important part of the whole process. This is going to help you so much with your marketing, understanding the keywords, the big burning questions that people are asking, the websites people visit, your clients visit, the interests, hobbies, where they're hanging out, and their competitors. You know all of these things, your competitors ultimately. You know all of these things. It's going to give you very, very powerful understanding when we go into the next phase of validating your niche. And that's a very important part of the process. So now we've got a whole lot of information about our clients. We're painting a really detailed picture here of who we will and won't serve. We found out where they're hanging out so that we can take all this information now and we're going to go and validate it, right? So we've gone a long way through this journey, and it's when you get all this stuff together, it's going to make a huge impact. People that don't do this stuff are the people that always struggle. They don't get clarity on their clients. That's why they're not confident about their niche, and they keep struggling. And so really there's only two ways of building a world-class coaching business. You can do it alone. I started doing it alone, and I promise you it is very, very difficult to get to that $1 million mark without help. It's very, very difficult. I tried it, and I promise you, as soon as I started getting help, it was so much easier. But so many people just want to go down this path, doing it alone. Overwhelm, confusion, deflation, fear, and they never really achieve their goals, that happiness, that health, that wealth that they're looking for, because it's so much harder. When you get a good coach or somebody helping you and you get committed, right? And you got, so all the smart coaches I know do this, accountability, systems and support, which is what we deliver, which we help coaches, consultants, experts with. You get super focused, you're going to achieve those goals. So really, you only have two choices, right? You can continue with the overwhelm. You can continue doing what you're doing right now, go around in circles, or you can get the clarity that you want and come and work with a team that's ready and has your back. All you have to do is click the link around here, and one of our team will help you take it to the next stage. So just to zoom out a bit, this is one small step of our coaching program, where we help coaches, consultants, experts get crystal clear about building a world-class coaching business and never losing sight of their destiny. We've helped countless clients with this exact same process. This is what's working right now. If you want us to help you, book a call, the link below, and one of our team will gladly take you to that next stage. Thank you so much. My name is Matthew White. We'll talk to you in the next one.